Hey guys, today we're going to give a review on the final film of Sony's Villainverse, Kraven the Hunter. Let's get into it.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Till the End of the Line podcast. I am your boy Wanji here with
Kika T.
That's right, and as he said, today's gonna be a entertaining ass episode for you guys.
Language,
because me and this dude might end up fighting.
It'll be more entertaining than the movie we're about to cover.
Yeah, that much. Zing! First shot fired already. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna be covering Kraven the Hunter, just released, which we doubt most of you have seen because box office not doing too good. Nope. But yeah, we're going to dive into that and have a lot of fun talking about that. But first, we got a little bit of nerd news today. First thing up is Moon Knight Season 2 has been officially greenlit.
Yes, like
let's freaking
it's happening.
Go.
And now we knew it was gonna, but like now, I think the biggest issue in the hurdle was Oscar Isaac's filming schedule.
He was busy.
Yeah, he was a busy guy. He's doing a lot of good things. I'm excited for it.
Mm-hmm. Now was Dune? No, that wouldn't have clashed, right? He was doing something else. He was doing other projects, right? Dune wouldn't have delayed that, right?
Maybe
when he did Dune, because Moon Knight came out before that, right?
True.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so I'm excited about that because that was one of the shows I really liked.
Yes,
it was, and it did really well with fans. Yeah, so
eager to see what they'll do with the little hint of King, because they put Rama-Tut on the back of one of the shirts, and but we'll maybe that's why certain things we saw in the Void
were there.
Yeah, okay. They're like, oh well, let's just scrap some of that bullshit.
I feel like Disney was like, hey, we need a way to explain things going away that we scrap.
Well, no, the Void existed already in Loki at that point.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Maybe that's why they
fail-safe?
Yeah, that's their
fucking...
Hey, let's get rid of this quietly. Void. Or just a way of it to explain anything that they changed. Oh, it's in the Void.
Right.
Let's move on. All right. And next bit of news, Kika, why don't you give that one to?
So I saw both of these movies, Mufasa and Sonic.
Jerk face. I wanted to see.
Perks of living 7 minutes away from a movie theater.
Yeah, you suck, and you have a car, so you suck twice. No, but yeah, we had plans to see Sonic 3 today, but the weather and then like me getting out of work and the weather kind of like
and also you
made
forgot.
Us change. No, I forgot that it was the same day as filming.
Okay.
So I did remember that we were gonna go see it.
There's the
so
image.
Yeah, so you said
so Mufasa got beat by Sonic 3.
Nice.
Now I think overall I enjoyed Mufasa way more. Maybe some nostalgia because of me loving the original Lion King. Told you the Mufasa movie is really fucking good.
Yeah,
but this is a really good trilogy. Like, well, it's not even what's the word I'm looking for? It's not a final movie to the trilogy.
Right.
There's going to be another movie.
Yeah. I mean, look how many Sonic games there are. Yeah.
Right. But it's because of the end credit scene. So I know there's going to be...
okay, gotcha.
You know what I mean? Gotcha. So that's why I kind of tiptoed around
I was going to say, to the defense of Mufasa, yeah, it's Lion King, but that one's
Lion
more
King
of an
adjacent.
Adult. That's more of an adult.
Right.
Adult
the reason
movie.
Why the first,
this is kids movie.
Right. The reason why the first Lion King movie did so great and grossed them like probably about $1 billion in total, through its entire run. The reason why it did so good is because it was the remake live action of the original. So everyone knew the songs, everyone knew the characters.
Oh, you're saying the live action Lion King?
Correct.
Oh,
the only reason they did so great was because everyone knew. Now this was a new story.
Well, yeah, they wanted to see that in
live action.
In live action.
Now, even though it had struggles with certain CGI parts, this one had decent, really good CGI.
Really?
Well, that's what they said. I didn't really see too much of it. I mean, it's live action lions talking. What's the best? As
you will see later in this episode, this guy's all on the CGI parts. He's spotting it. If it's bad, he spots it.
Well, yes.
So okay. So
but anyways, Mufasa.
By how much? What is Sonic at right now? Sonic 3.
I think like 80 mil.
Domestic or worldwide?
I want to say worldwide. I don't have the exact numbers, but I know
80 mil would be high domestic for opening weekend. I feel like that. You might be talking globally, yeah.
But I know Mufasa did just a bit north of Kraven. Because of how popular Sonic is. So all the kids are out of school. Everybody.
So are you saying? But no. But hold up. But my shock is that it did that low because Kraven only did 30 mil.
Right. And so like I'm saying, Mufasa technically didn't do that great.
Really,
number wise.
Oh shit!
Is it a really good movie? It is, and it'll pick up some steam.
Okay.
But because it released with Sonic, and Sonic this is the third part installment of the trilogy.
Fair point.
Shadows are fucking badass.
Yeah, kids are gonna be like, kids, which one do you want to see, Mufasa or Sonic? They're going Sonic.
Right.
9 times out of 10.
Right. Me and Sandy wanted to see Mufasa because we love Lion King. It's one of my favorite.
Dude, that's your childhood thing. Yeah.
Exactly.
Makes sense, yeah.
So the nostalgia for us to go see them. But when we asked the kids, like Mia didn't want to go see Sonic. But then I asked, hey, which movie was better, Sonic or Mufasa? The one that didn't want to fucking see Sonic was like, I like Sonic better than Mufasa.
Well, that's a girl for you. I mean,
but no,
all right.
But they're both really good movies.
Okay.
No knock on Sonic. It deserves to be in the number one spot.
Yeah, we will be bringing you a Sonic 3 review for sure.
Keanu Reeves did a pretty good job.
Dude, I don't care what anybody else says. The man can do no wrong in my book.
He plays the same like.
That's
no
him, though.
I get it.
That's his thing. That's like asking Ryan Reynolds to not be funny in a film. That's
I wasn't the biggest fan of him until the John Wick movies. I'm like, okay, I'll give him
not even
Matrix. Yeah, I appreciated those. I loved them because they're like classics. But like,
you appreciated them because of what the film was, not because of him.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Heard. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's move on. So real quick. This is a little thing I saw. Anya Taylor-Joy is reportedly being eyed to play a character in Spider-Man 4. Now, you had some thoughts on this. You don't think that might play out?
Yeah, I don't know if it matters. Like we said, Spider-Man. Or not Spider-Man. The whole Villainverse is the final film of the Sony Villainverse. And if Sony does sell the property back to Marvel, whatever the original plans were,
I didn't think that would affect it because Spider-Man 4 is already in production. So, like, if this,
how many times do they do reshoots and change the scripts?
Correct,
and do all the
but
changes?
How fast do you think that this deal will happen? That's not an overnight. Hey, we sell it. All right, sold. That's a month-long process. It's a legality thing. That's gonna be months till it's finalized.
Yeah,
look at how long it took
Disney
to buy Lucasfilms.
But what's his name? Tom Holland said that they're going to be done wrap filming by June or July of 2025. Do you think within the next 7 months, having an A-list character like her, or actor like her, go in and they're just trying to fit it in now? Now, could it be a future Spider-Man movie, like the fifth one? Maybe.
No, dude. 7 months, because filming, especially with if she's just in it, granted, I doubt she would be a vital character.
Well, then I don't want it.
Okay.
She's a good character. She's a good actress.
Okay.
She should be. Like, she played Magic really well in New Mutants, and I really liked her as Magic. You know what I mean? So don't
put her in if she's not going to be in a lot.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be okay with her in a cameo situation?
I think it's too late in the game to put somebody big like her.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right.
Like, you're big.
No, if you're arguing that point, okay. All right. I get that. But okay. Next bit. So this is this is for our older fans out there.
Our 70s and 80s guys.
Yeah, I would say like any older siblings of us or like parents. He-Man cast has been, now is this officially announced or
officially announced? Yes.
Okay. We have a bunch of people. So He-Man is going to be played by Nicholas Galitzine, I believe is the name. Jared Leto's playing Skeletor.
And you said you want him to do that.
I want him to do that until we meet again. Like, I hope he does that voice. That'd be awesome. Idris Elba is Man at Arms. Camila Mendez is Tila.
Yeah.
Allison Brie, who I love. If you guys, have you seen the show Glow?
No, but I know she is.
She was in that. She was in Community. Really like this actress.
Yeah.
She's really good. She'll be playing Evil Lynn,
which is perfect. She gets the eyes for it.
Okay.
She has the pretty, beautiful, like hypnotizing but evil eyes at the same time.
Fair enough. Sam C. Wilson will be Trapjaw, who is not Anthony Mackie. Don't forget that. Because Sam Wilson is his character name. Half-Thor Jorgensen. That is a name.
Oh, that's
right
a
there.
name. He's playing
Goatman. And Kojo Ata will be playing Triclops. So if you're familiar with He-Man, you guys are gonna know who that is or who those characters are. I'm gonna be honest with you. I won't say I'm excited for this film. I will go see it.
Right.
But I was never big into He-Man as a kid. I was more into Thundercats. That was my jam.
Gotcha.
Thundercats was awesome.
He-Man, Thundercats, Voltron, Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, all came out on Toonami all the time.
Okay.
So that's where my first
Adult Swim wasn't He-Man on Cartoon Network.
Adult Swim was Toonami overnight.
At night, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking. That wasn't in that part of Toonami?
Probably.
At the end?
Probably, but I didn't always watch it in the middle of the night. I know they had weekly episodes or daily episodes Monday to Friday, and then Saturday morning they'd re-show for an hour, well 2.5 hours. It'd be 5 episodes of Dragon Ball Z, 5 episodes of Thundercats, 5 episodes.
Yeah.
So I would watch all those fucking movies.
Yeah.
All those episodes.
Yeah.
So I would watch them even if I did see them during the week. I'd rewatch them again. You know what I mean? So that's why I grew up watching it.
Okay.
I wouldn't say... I guess I was more of a Thundercats and Voltron guy than I was He-Man, but I enjoyed it a lot.
You enjoyed it?
And when they redid the cartoon and they made a new cartoon, I had the He-Man toys, I had the Tiger and, the Panther and all that. Like, I had fun playing with those.
I just didn't really enjoy there's a Instagram account, which... I would love to tag in here and I would love for him to watch our episodes.
The Skeletor guy?
The Skeletor guy.
Tag him. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if because this is YouTube, so I don't know if he's on Instagram. I don't know.
We just put his
He
Instagram
might
handle.
have a YouTube. But
Put his
if
Instagram
you guys
handle
don't know who this is, I think his name is Isaac Wells, if I'm not mistaken. He does in the voice of Skeletor, he does these funny little facts or fact of the day type things, where one of them was 99% of the world's buttholes have never seen a ray of sunshine in their lives, and he's like, until we meet again, and then he runs off. But and every video is like that.
All of the facts or the things that are being said are in Skeletor's voice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He says it as Skeletor's voice. So yeah, and they're so funny, and I hope to God he covers. He puts a review on He-Man when it comes out or something like that. But yeah, so that is.
I'm trying to find his page.
I can pull it up real quick. I think he's in. No joke. I think he's in my favorites, so that I see his stuff pop up a lot because his stuff is gold. But yeah, so I don't have anything else for nerd news. I believe that's it. And Kike, what should they do about nerd news?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm still trying to find the damn thing. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and click that notification bell for the latest on nerd news.
That's right. Nerd news over. All right.
This time I'm not going to launch them because I forgot to pick them up last time.
He literally left them on the ground.
Yeah, just fucking got up and left after we were done.
So main topic. This is going to be interesting.
All right, read the synopsis. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Kraven's Complex. So, as we said, we're going to be covering Kraven the Hunter, just released in theaters. Sony's, as you said, last villain-verse film. Mm-hmm. They realized it won't work, and so they're like, we done.
I mean, 2 bombshells of a movie in the same year would do it for you.
What was the other one?
Madam Web.
Was that this year? I thought that was last year.
No, it was this year.
Bull. That came out this year.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I thought it was last year.
No.
I suppressed it that hard that Okay. Kraven's complex relationship with his ruthless father, Nikolai Kravenov, I should try to do it like Nikola Krivenov. Starts him down a path of vengeance with brutal consequences, motivating him to become not only the greatest hunter in the world, but also one of its most feared. All right. Kike, give us the
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's
this year.
It came out.
Was Madam Web came out.
Oh shit! I remember it coming out in February. I honestly didn't think it was this year. All right.
And usually the Valentine's Day release Marvel movies usually do pretty good.
It's like nails on a chalkboard every time you say that day because you say time.
Valentine's.
It's Tines with an.
That's what
N.
I say.
You say times.
I don't say M.
I swear to God, you do.
Okay. Well.
Watch it back. But anyway, give us the stats on this film. The horrible
so,
stats.
Kraven the Blunder did.
It's the Hunter, sir? Okay.
The Blunder.
Okay.
The IMDb rating was 5.4, which is higher than I expected it to be. I don't even know what
the audience score was.
No, the IMDb score for
Madam Web.
Madam Web was.
Why don't you look that up, and I'll give them the Rotten Tomato rating is 16.
Yes,
and the fan score is 73%. So
weirdos like this guy
apparently. All right, listen. I know I'm not alone because we were in the theater. Granted, with only 3 other people. Well, and the first 2 other people joined us like as the movie was getting to start. Yeah. But so 7 people total in my theater.
I guess I'm not against that 5.4.
You're not.
Because if
what was Madam
Web was a 4.
Okay.
And the reason why it sucked was because
many reasons.
Huh?
Many reasons.
Yeah. How much time you guys got?
Yeah. Well, they go back to our episode. You'll know.
The 1.4 points higher was definitely Aaron Taylor Johnson's
shirt off scenes.
Yeah, but no, his performance and Russell Crowe's performance.
If a woman was doing the IMDb rating, that should have been like a 7.5.
10.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
11 out of 10 IMDb
How did
rating.
You do that? IMDb trying to figure out if they did that.
Like, what?
We do that?
Yeah,
That's a new thing. I didn't think
it'd be a new scandal. It'd be like that Wicked scandal of the toys that had the X-rated site on the back of the toy.
That was crazy.
It's a whoops-a-daisy. Yeah, so I mean, fan score of 73. I'm not mad at that. I would say that that's fair. I don't know where that percentage came from because from what I'm hearing on the internet and from everybody I've talked to. They're like you.
Nobody likes it. Yeah.
So I don't know where the 73% is coming from.
What's his face? Soups. He destroyed it.
Who? I'm sorry.
Soups.
Who's Soups?
The Latino kid. We do this every time.
Oh, that's right. You because I don't follow him. So yeah, true. Okay, sorry.
So Soups. What's the guy from? Was it Screen Crush?
I'm scared to see what new rock stars have to say about it.
They both Jessica Clemens and Eric Voss are like, what is this? They're like, we're gonna cover it and we're gonna give you all the Easter eggs.
Okay.
Just 'cause, they didn't do that exactly.
They did that with Madam Web also. To be fair, they're like they cover it because they have to.
Yeah. And then what's Ryan Airy from Screen Crush? He fucking was like, it was a movie.
Well, Geek seen it, I seen it, and then we broke up, and we're only here because we're contractually obligated.
We're definitely on a break right now
by the Avengers. So
I broke up with him over text.
We're definitely Captain America, Iron Manning it right now. Where
absolutely.
I have his number, but I ain't calling him.
No.
No. So
well, he's blocked, so he can't.
Yeah. So this, you know what though. In a way, I'm kind of happy you didn't like this because this, to me, is a more interesting episode for us. Because I don't want to be like one of those podcasts that or I don't want people thinking that we're always just sucking the teat of Marvel and like we're always there's legitimate you don't like it, cool. You cannot like something and that's fine. And I like it for different reasons and like you know what I mean. So like I like the fact that we have opposing views on this. But
you do. I don't trust anything he says anymore, guys. Like,
that's To be fair, you never depended on my opinion about a film in the first place. You were just
I
like,
expected him to come through in this one, and be like, "Yeah, this is trash." And
I agreed on other trash films, but this one I couldn't do it. Like I said, I got out of the theater and I'm like, did we watch the same fucking movie? Because
clearly not.
Literally, and this is what the thing too is that you saw it before me, and then you told me the things to look out for, and I'm watching the movie like, when am I supposed to see those things?
Did
like,
you? Okay.
So hold on.
Do you have those 5 things that you said?
I do, but before we get into that, so that we don't end up just punching each other in the face 8 times each, you are going to say your views on the film and why you dislike it. Then I will go, and then we will discuss afterwards. I am going to intentionally mute my mic while you talk, because knowing me, I want to jump in, but I don't. I want to stop that.
No, I think you should jump in.
No. I want you to speak, and I want you to tell everything about the film that you...
No, because I'm going to ask you questions.
No, if you ask me questions, I'll answer. But I'm not... I want to do that just for you. I want to give you your moment to let these people know your actual... Like, all jokes aside, your actual opinion on this film. So, go ahead. What is your views, and why do you dislike this movie so much?
The ADR was so obvious, and... the CGI was horrible. I don't know how you didn't see that. You seen it or didn't? Just keep the mic on, bro.
Yeah, no, I did. I saw it in like 1 or 2. No, I would say like 2 or 3 scenes. But the way you amped it up, I was expecting another Flash, and it was not that.
There was like maybe at least 10 to 15 different times where. Calypso's voice.
Can I tell you where I saw it? And then you can tell me other parts. Calypso's mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, I agree on that. I have a theory on that. We'll come back to it. Calypso's mouth. It was like 2 scenes where that happened, and it was pretty like back to back because it was the same conversation. And whenever he was jumping and climbing, he looked very Spider-Man-ish, but it was like. It wasn't as smooth as Spider-Man, but it was very Spider-Man-ish, and it was a little bit where like you can tell that's not actually ATJ jumping and grabbing something. It was very obvious at that.
Yeah, but that's not the ADR.
No.
That's CGI.
That's CGI. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm talking about ADR.
But ADR is the audio end of it. What you didn't like was her mouth.
Right, because instead of having them turn their back like they normally do, and then input dialogue, they made their lips move with CGI.
Correct. Now I have a theory on that, but I want to let you get to your points first. And then there was parts where with the in the beginning with the buffalo, or is that what they are? What are they called? Buffalo, right? Those are buffalo with
bison.
Bison or something.
I think they're bisons.
Can you look that up with the horns? Because I don't remember.
Pretty sure
I don't
bisons.
remember. Buffalo. Well, buffalo is a bison, isn't it? I don't remember that having that kind of horn. But that with that creature, I did see it in the beginning. I was like, oh, that's very obvious. It's a fake animal. Not with the herd end, but when he saw the one animal, bison. We'll say bison for now. But
you think they would put a real bison?
Correct. No, my point is, it was very obvious that it wasn't a real animal. Is my point.
Oh.
Yeah, so those are the only times it was very obvious to me that it was CGI. But other than that, I mean, it's Sony money. It's not Disney money. So the CGI ain't going to be up top notch, is my point. But go ahead. Rest of your points.
What CGI problems did you see with Venom? Any of them? It's still Sony money.
It is Sony money, but they threw more into it because of he had already had success with the first and second film. And it's Tom Hardy. You know what I mean? Like,
it's Aaron Taylor Johnson. Like,
yes, but who's more famous?
That's another reason why I didn't like the movie, because it was an incomplete movie. So you put out trash. They scrapped the Batgirl movie because they said it was too horrible to release. Then scrap the movie. Yeah, scrap it. What's the point? It was an unfinished film. There's so much CGI that could have been finished. Like, if you're gonna spend the money and lose it anyway, just fucking go out with a good CGI looking movie at least. You know what I mean? If the script was already shit, they changed his past. That's not how he gets his powers. It's not in Africa. Calypso does, but he continuously takes that to keep giving him power. So it's like a continuous potion that he's always taking.
From what I heard, his origin did have to do with the lion biting him and the blood getting in him.
The blood getting in him?
I've heard of that about his origin, and that's
from where?
That has to deal with his mane. That's why he wears the mane.
I'm talking about in Africa. It wasn't in Africa where
that was your big problem with it.
Yeah.
The location.
The location was because Calypso's not from Africa. So they changed her origin.
No, incorrect. She's not from Africa. They were there on safari.
No, they live there. That's where her family is at.
No, sir. They were on safari. That's why the mom was like, "Look at the giraffe." They were taking pictures, bro.
Yeah, but the grandma is the one that was there, or the caretaker, or whatever the person was.
That was her grandma. Yeah. That's not necessarily that's where she lived there. It looked like a little place that they were staying. Like a resort, not resort, but like a place they were staying. I
find the point, but the origin was switched around for Calypso.
Okay, I know that her parents didn't live there. I'm not 100% that her grandmother did it. But yeah, that's not where she's from, sir.
Yeah. And then the CGI part of him, like you said, when he's climbing the walls and shit like that. Like, how did he tear the metal thing up? But he was holding onto the ledge to keep himself up. So what was his feet stepping on?
Which part?
And when he's breaking out in the beginning. In the very beginning. Put a bad taste in my mouth. So he's hanging from the ledge.
From the jail.
Yeah, he's hanging from the ledge right by the white fence.
You're saying the gated roof where he tore it open?
Correct.
Okay.
How did he let go of the ledge? And what is he stepping on? Because his feet were just on the wall.
It was a caged wall, wasn't it?
No, it was a brick wall. He climbed up the brick wall, and then he's grabbing the ledge on top, right? So he's hanging.
Them toes, my guy. Think about it. He's part animal. You don't think he's got massive grip strength in those toes?
He has boots on.
Okay, fair point.
What?
Yeah, I don't know if boots is a good argument because fucking Spider-Man wears gloves and shit, and he sticks to walls. So,
but they even in the Tobey Maguire one.
That's Tobey Maguire, the little.
Yeah, and that's literally what Spider-Man has. Like, it's in his power set. You know what I mean? Now, can he scale buildings and stuff like that, similar to how, like, T'Challa does? T'Challa has the claws that comes out. It's practical. That's how he sticks to it. You know what I mean? But there was no practicality to how he was scaling a wall. Did he kind of parkour some of it? Yeah. But what do you stand on when you rip open the metal?
That wasn't a corner that he was at?
No.
No? Okay.
No. This was the ledge. His feet were here, and there's no ledge. And he was hanging here with his hands here. And then he ripped this gate open. What was he standing on to give him leverage to rip the gate open?
Did it show him rip it with both hands?
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, I don't know. Did you see the whole base of where he was standing?
Yeah, because they show him hanging. And then the next scene, he rips the metal gate up that he's hanging from.
You ever see Green Arrow?
Yes, I've seen Green Arrow.
No, the show.
Yeah.
You watched the show?
In
its entirety?
I'm pretty sure.
Do you remember this exercise that he did a lot where he has the bar and then he jumps to grab the next bars up, the next rung up, and then he jumps again?
Salmon ladder.
What is it called?
Like a salmon ladder.
Yeah.
Like a Ninja Warrior, right?
Yeah. Maybe you did that. Maybe you went whoom, and fucking jumped and pushed up and then you're good to go. Maybe you did that.
Okay.
I mean, my guy's got super strength, bro. You don't think he could figure out a way to be hanging and then lift something up?
Yeah, but again, you're hanging and you're grabbing onto the next latch. Right. He ripped it out where it's bolted so that nobody should be able to escape or break through that.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So
I didn't even realize that's what he was doing.
He ripped the cage to escape.
No, I didn't realize that. You're saying he's making it to where no one can follow that.
Yeah, no one should be able to go follow that.
Right.
And then, so what is his like? He needs You can have super strength, but like,
Okay.
you have to stand on something to lift a car.
All right.
If you have the super strength.
Okay,
like,
I get that, but you're harping on something incredibly hard that's not that big a deal. It's okay.
The CGI version of that. Put a ledge. Put a fucking ledge. It's
But
that
then-
simple.
But no, because then on the other end of that, he just ripped the ledge out. Then there's a ledge again.
No, for his feet. The ledge for his feet, so that he can stand on something to rip it out, or make him kick a hole into the wall, so that if he has the super strength, so that he has leverage. You know what I mean? Like,
If he's on a wall and you're gonna be ripping something up, you can push your feet up against it while you're holding onto that.
all right, maybe you just gotta rewatch the scene. And I watched this. I'm like, that makes zero sense. That defies. It's like fucking Cap's shield. It defies all types of gravity, all types of nonsense.
Right, but if you're harping on that, you realize he doesn't actually have superpowers, though, right? He's not. This is a fake guy.
Right.
That's like being pissed at, or that's like when Superman gets shot in the eye, and you're like, yeah, right. He's
Because
the Superman,
the man
guy.
of steel.
Right.
There's logic behind his power set.
Yeah, I know, but you're saying like, how can he lift something while climbing? The dude
But
can
Superman
leap.
can fly.
Right.
That's why he can lift things without being on physical ground or some type of leverage.
My point is that you're harping on something that's you're talking about it like it's so detrimental to the film. It's one little.
It starts there, and then
one little
there's
thingy.
more and more
All right, so
and more.
continue. What
The
else? What
CGI.
else don't you like?
I think the lion looked horrible. I think his thing at the end looked fucking dope. His whole mane.
The lion.
Yeah.
The lion look horrible.
Yeah,
What do
it
you mean?
looked like the thing from freaking. It looked like
All right.
from Narnia.
Sorry, he wasn't Mufasa, but like, because
Dude,
you just saw Mufasa,
even
so
the
you're
Lion
like,
King movie.
no lion's gonna
No, but
match
I
up
saw
to
Kraven
Mufasa.
before Mufasa.
Did you really?
Yeah, because it came out before.
Right, but
Mufasa.
you've seen Mufasa after this, or in between Kraven and this. So I think you're like,
No, it looked the
There was-
CGI is
Mufasa
so
looked
bad in his
amazing.
entire movie, dude.
I didn't think the lion looked bad.
When they're in his little hut situation, like the skyline behind him, it looked like as if it was just like a drop down green wall of like just like, you know, when you go take pictures and like Magic Photo and they have the drop down of like the sky and the clouds.
Oh yeah,
It looked like a physical piece of paper that was just dropped behind.
Okay.
That's how bad it looked.
okay.
Now, was the inside of that little fucking house that he has? I would love to fucking live in one of those things. Was that practical? Some of the practical parts of the set, pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. When she did the thing and then all his fucking weapons fell, that's fucking cool.
Yeah,
that was cool. But outside of like, I wish to go back and see it so I can point it out right next to you. But look how horrible that looks. Look at that.
You know what?
Look at
Somebody
that.
else talked
Look at
about that. Somebody else talked about that. Person I was at work today, one of the customers, he was like, "You guys should watch it together," and then that way he could show you.
Yeah, I
what he
really
doesn't
want
like.
to.
I was like, okay.
Because it's so horrible. Even Sandy doesn't pay attention to Eddie's VFX whatsoever. And she's like, why does it look weird like that? Throughout the entire movie, for somebody that doesn't even look at any of that. Some of the movies that are some of her favorites, like, this is crap.
Yeah, to be fair, like I said, this movie had a lot of setbacks and stuff like that. So there was probably a lot of shit that they couldn't put the fine details on.
So why put it out?
'Cause-
Why tarnish?
Listen, you're a business person. You should understand firsthand why they put this film out. If you put 110 million, let's say you've gotten 70 mil into a film and you have to push it back, are you telling me get the fan, like, switch into business mode, Kike?
Yeah. It's called tax write-off. It's to say it wasn't successful.
write-off.
Yes,
Stop.
absolutely.
All right. However much money you have in your account right now, give me 75% of that, and then just leave it.
But Sony doesn't have 75% of that.
No,
They
I'm
have
saying
billions of dollars.
No,
They're
no,
a
no.
billion-dollar company.
Correct. But if you're rich, 70 mil is still a lot of money. Whether it's you have billions or not, 70 mil is still a hit. So my point is, if you have X amount of money already invested into that film, you're not going to scrap it because, we can't make this scene look 100% great.
But
if
that's
it's
what they
80%
did.
great,
If they
70%.
did it with Batgirl, and everyone was pissed off.
I wouldn't say they did it with Batgirl because Batgirl, I doubt Batgirl fully finished rapping and then they're like, nah,
They did.
dude.
They did.
They probably realized it in post production.
That's what they were going to do with Echo, which I didn't see much VFX errors in Echo. I think it visually was not a bad looking show.
No, Echo. It was the story.
Correct.
That they said was bad. But go ahead. Okay.
But either
So
way,
what else did you like?
If you want to go business route, why even go down this route? Why take an IP and go into something that only worked for Venom?
Well,
once
like you said,
Morbius didn't work and Madam Web obviously didn't work, why release Kraven?
Because like you said, they have to put out a movie every X amount of years or whatever it was. So Kraven's another person that they have that they could have done.
That's why they scrapped this whole idea, because I said from the beginning that this villain verse was never going to work.
Mm-hmm.
That was always my standpoint from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Why put out these movies that nobody cares to see? We are going to see them because we're Marvel fanatics, me and you, but nobody cares to see these things. My girls wanted to see Madam Web only because Sydney Sweeney was in it, because they are a big fan of her, and I'm like, okay, cool.
Same. No, go ahead.
But yeah, like I like Dakota Johnson as an.
She was good. Yeah, she was one of the reasons I went to go see it.
Right. Okay. I thought you were gonna say she was great in the movie, because she wasn't. But
honestly, I would beg to say she was the only good part of the film.
Yes.
She wasn't great.
No, because she voiced her frustration.
She was the main. She was the main reason that film was the only part of that film that worked. Was
right.
Her.
And the only reason I bared to stay through this movie was because Aaron Taylor Johnson did a really good job. He's a really good actor, and it's a waste of his talent.
That is what you said, is that was the only good thing you could say about the film, was him and Russell Crowe.
And Russell Crowe's performance, yeah. The dad, he's a shitty ass dad, but he played a really good shitty dad. And if that
Russell Crowe, I think, found his niche because he plays good bad
villains.
Guys. Yeah, he plays good bad guys.
Mm-hmm. And you can tell.
There's this film where he plays a psycho who snaps, and he goes after this woman who honked at him in traffic. Dude, yes.
What's it called? Road Rage?
I believe so.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, no, I'm not bullshitting. I think it is called Road Rage, actually. Yeah. It's something like that. I'll try to find it, and so you can watch it.
I don't think I've ever seen anything Russell Crowe's done and I didn't.
It was the first film I saw him with heavy.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
No, he was chunky as Zeus.
But this film was pre-Zeus. He wasn't in Thor yet. He had already filmed this movie I'm talking about, and then he did Zeus.
That's how old this footage is?
Yes, this film is, yeah.
And they still couldn't fucking figure it out?
What?
If you had that much time from Thor Love and Thunder?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about, you said you haven't seen him been chubby, right?
Yeah.
He was Zeus in Thor Love and Thunder.
Correct.
And he was chubby in this movie.
Yeah. I said the first time I seen him, when I seen this movie, it was the first time I seen him chubby.
Kraven?
No. The dad, Russell Crowe.
Right.
It was the first time I had seen him in a film where he had gained weight. That's when this film came out. Or that's how far back this film, or I guess, came out. I don't know.
I'm so confused. You talking about Road Rage, or you talking about
Road Rage? Yeah, dude.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, cool. So
that's what I was telling you.
But I asked you, you were talking about Kraven, the movie, right? And you said, yeah.
No, I didn't. I said the first time I had seen him in it, in
Road Rage.
Yeah,
say the name of the movie.
Yeah, in Road Rage. Yeah, the
right.
first time I had seen, then you're like, but he was in Zeus. I was like, yeah, no.
He was Zeus in Love and Thunder.
In Love and Thunder, yeah.
Yeah, he was chubby there.
Right, but this movie had come before that one.
Okay, so not Kraven had
no, Kraven. He's already been like that for years. Okay. Now that he filmed Kraven.
Now it makes sense what you're saying.
So those are the only 2 points that you saw. You can't find another reason that this film was okay. Another good thing about this reason.
Because Sandy likes tarot cards, and then
that's Sandy. I'm talking about you.
Well, right. Well, because Sandy likes tarot cards, and it was recently used in Agatha All Along. I have found an interest because I started following some
interest or appreciation of it.
Both.
Okay.
Just I don't know how to fucking read any of them, but on TikTok they have these pages where
people describe the tarot cards and stuff.
Right, and they'll do their daily readings, and if it applies to you, whatever, they do it if you're a Gemini and if you're this,
yeah, the signs stuff.
Yeah, so they map all of that. So certain videos are specific to you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so I thought the tarot cards were pretty cool.
Christina she follows that. She'll send me. Well, when I was big on TikTok, I'm not really anymore. But she used to send me ones that were like Taurus, so I could, I don't know, understand her a little bit more. Yeah. But then also she would send me like Libra ones, and I would watch them. But we had this.
Some of it's subjective.
Yeah, yes. We had this conversation a while ago. I don't delve too. I wouldn't say delve. I don't believe too much of astrology. Too much of it,
right?
But certain things, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Certain small things.
Honestly, I would say like 70% of the descriptions match hardcore. Mm-hmm. Like I can, and as a leader and in the industry and even in my job now, like it's funny and like it's an easy icebreaker to, when I have these consultings like with restaurants and I talk to these owners and I like, oh, you're a Gemini, da, da, da. Like it's something to bond on. But
icebreaker, nice icebreaker.
Yeah, but at the same time, like now I know if you're a Gemini like me, you're like, all right, cool, get to the fucking point. Stop fluffing. You know what I mean? And if I know you're...
I think for you, it's an easy way to gauge what type of person you're dealing with, so you know how to...
Right, so that's what I'm saying. Like, 100% of it is not accurate. Mm-hmm. That 30% is huge, hard fucking fluff. But the other 70% of the personality traits that are based off of those signs are pretty fucking accurate. Yeah. You know what I mean? With the exception of, like I the bullshit is, like, we're all Geminis are two-faced. We have two modes. You know, we have work mode, and then we have, you know, party and have fun mode. I know how to do both. Is that because
your guys' symbol is...
No, it's two. It's two. The twins.
It's twins, but that's what I mean. That's because your symbol is that, right?
Yeah, and a lot of people say they're two-faced, but it's because we can snap in between of an emotional state to a very serious state real quickly. Right. Like we most Geminis have a really good grasp of the balance between their heart and...
Nice word, jujitsu there. I like that. Okay.
Yeah, most do. Not all do. Yeah. Some people struggle with it pretty bad. Yeah. And, you know, I've met some Geminis that I'm just like, you're nothing like me when it comes to that part. Yeah. Like, are you a hard worker? Are you, you know, intelligent? Are you witty? Are you quick with, like, you know, grasping things? Yeah. Absolutely. That's where we were.
Right, so the tarot end of the film,
cool. It was cool to see that. Yeah. And then the lion, I'm like, oh, that's why they use that tarot card. Because he's fucking wears the mane later on. You know what I mean? We saw the trailer footage. We saw the image of him sitting in the...
I was half... Because we were already at the end of the film. I'm like, I guess they just used that for the trailer shot. And then we get it. And I was like, oh, there it is.
As soon as I saw it on the wall, and he had the head on there, I was like, oh, that's where it's coming from. Yeah. But that was another thing about me. It was too predictable, the movie. Like, when he walks up at the end and, like, the dad's like... He sits down, like, when the fuck did he ever sit down and talk to his dad? He was, like, always at his dad's fucking throat the entire movie. Other than for his brother's birthday, where they sat there. But he was ready to get the fuck up.
Yeah, he didn't expect that to happen.
Right. So, like, okay, cool.
Did you see his brother becoming chameleon?
Well, I knew his brother's chameleon.
You did?
Yeah.
I didn't.
In the comics, that's pretty accurate.
I didn't. I know of Chameleon.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever knew that he was Kraven's brother.
That's another thing I hated. Why the fuck tease the Chameleon? They could have just cut that scene out.
Negative, dude. Are you serious? That's a key part of Kraven is that his brother is Chameleon.
Right, but we know nothing's going to happen after this, is what I'm saying.
Okay, all right. I'm going to wait till I get to my stuff, but go ahead.
Wait, so like the tease that like, oh, he's like a chameleon when Russell Crowe says it, cool. Let that be the only fucking tease. We didn't need to see him turn into the chameleon at the end of the movie. You get what I'm saying? Cool. Make the nod to him. Cool. What's the point? It will never lead to anything. Because they already said that the villain verse is done. So they're scrapping the whole bullshit. It's done. What's the point? You know what I mean? Just how...
I've got so much for that, but go ahead.
All right, well, go ahead. I think I would be able to combat your winnings of the movie easier than me naming all the things bad.
Well, because I think it's better because I just want you to get out everything that you had to say about it.
You've seen it more recent than I have. I was able to point out things when I watched it. Sandy pointed out things. She's like, what is that? I'm like, yeah, that's horrible CGI. That's what's going on. Like, why is this back to us? Oh, because they're at ADR. So we see how he's not looking at us. They re-recorded lines and they put that on. And Sandy doesn't know what any of that stuff is. You know what I mean? She's just a casual watcher of a show. She watches them because I like watching them. Yeah. And so for her to point out What? That looks weird. She's never done that before, ever.
Did she watch The Flash?
No.
Okay.
She did not. No.
I
told her it was trash.
I guarantee she would have said it in Flash.
Yeah. I told her the movie was trash.
Yeah.
So that's why I never had her watch it. I was hoping Kraven was going to be good. The Rhino, biggest disappointment of the entire movie.
I will say I agree 100% with you.
He's not huge. He's not big. His full face.
I will say something to you, and I hope this gets a laugh out of you. He looked like Johnny Bravo. He was big body up top, skinny legs, skinny noodle legs. And I was like,
the horn was his hair.
It was the hair. I was like, what the fuck? Dude? But go ahead.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I 100% agree. When I saw the film and when he finally rhinoed, for lack of a better term, I was like, yeah, okay, I see what Geek is talking about here.
And I didn't like that he was just like, I don't even know what to call him. Like this mobster guy where he's like, oh, you know, I want you guys, like, what the fuck was that?
He was too much of a chess player. And I'm like, that's not Rhino, dude.
No,
Rhino's a like, dumb jock.
Yeah, he's basically the dumb Hulk smash all the time.
He's a what do they call it? He's got rocks for brains. Yeah. Like he's
this brute.
He's just, I hit everything.
Yeah.
And then what's next? Like, yeah, he is not a chess player. He's not making somebody else do stuff for him. And, oh, I'm going to take on my competitor and take over this. That was like a whole nother character. So like that I will agree with you. I would have said, well, do you have anything else?
I mean, I can't think of anything in particular.
So when I say my stuff, it'll probably spark things. Yeah. Okay, I just wanted to make sure you got your points out.
Well, the movie sucked. It's horrible.
Clear as day that you feel that way.
We're still going to give our stone ratings.
We're going to.
Okay.
So I want to say some things just because it's points that you made, and I want to make sure I talk about that. The chameleon part, I think it was great to put it in because, and here's the first thing I will say about this film is that it's a one-off film, and that's okay. Not every film, and this is what I feel like this is the thing, we've gotten spoiled as fans of comics and as fans of this genre of films. Mm-hmm. We've gotten spoiled in that with the MCU has spoiled the fuck out of us. We've gotten used to a story being able to be a larger story. It's not your our parents grew up with getting one Batman every 10 fucking years or one superhero film, and then that's all that it was. You know what I mean?
Which I hear that. But I never thought that Kraven, Madam Web, or Morbius were ever going to be trilogies on their own.
Okay,
we knew that from the beginning. Just right, how when James Gunn said that he's going to focus on this first Superman movie, and he doesn't have plans or intentions for it to be a trilogy or have a sequel. Yeah. Right now, they're just focused on the first movie.
Yeah.
So I appreciated that because not everything needs to be a trilogy,
right?
And I was totally okay with that.
Well, your point is like these are still characters that can be involved with Spider-Man and stuff like that. So then you're like, well, where's this going? With this film, it was very clear to see that it was a one-off. It was just this story. That's it. There was no plans for the story. Wasn't going to lead to for a sequel like Venom, and it wasn't meant like that. This, for your point with Chameleon, it was cool to see Chameleon, and we got the backstory on the son or on the brother and how he grew up, and then he becomes Chameleon, and then that's it. We got to see what he can do, and then that's it. That's fucking cool. We don't need more beyond that because we know who the Chameleon is.
You don't need more beyond that. But it's
no, I would say no one does because he is a chameleon, so he can be any fucking body in any other project. He doesn't need more. You don't need another film with him as the main bad guy.
No. That's not what I was saying.
He's a Penguin-esque bad guy.
The point was why introduce it?
Because that's detrimental to Kraven. That's his brother. You got to include. This whole film is Kraven's family. Is him dealing with his father and him. And they set it up that he left his brother, and that's his only regret is that he feels bad about leaving his brother. Involving chameleon, I think, was key to that because.
Okay, tell me this: if you don't see this movie, are you that invested into Kraven?
What do you mean if I don't see this movie?
If this movie never happened, would you be that invested into this movie? Or into Kraven, period? Like, would you be invested into Kraven, period, if it wasn't for this movie? Because he's a Spider-Man villain, and that is it.
I'm confused by your question.
It's like if Clayface, it's like if every fucking Batman villain got their own movie. The Penguin worked.
We're kind of getting that, yeah.
But it's a show.
Yeah.
And it worked because Gotham is more than just
Batman, yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. It's Gotham City. You know what I mean?
There's arguments to say that New York City is more than just Spider-Man.
But New York City has Hell's Kitchen. New York City has Manhattan. New York City has Harlem.
That's why I'm saying
it's already. But there's heroes in each one, and each hero has their own villains. It's more complex. Gotham is Gotham, and it's.
Oh, that's a fair point. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Well,
because Gotham is based off of Chicago.
Right, but there is if you kind of, I don't know, well, you watched the show Gotham, but if you look at Gotham in itself, there are boroughs in Gotham, and each one is kind of Penguin spot, Riddler spot.
Right, but it's their turf.
Right.
Yeah, because it's a crime-ridden.
Is it not?
Right, but
New York's got boroughs like Queens and all that, and that's where like you said, Daredevil's got Hell's Kitchen.
Take care of it. Mm-hmm. The heroes are in charge of those.
Oh, this one is just Batman got the whole town, the whole city.
Exactly, and then it's against all the different territories that these villains own. Yeah. That's why that dynamic works.
Okay,
could it work in Marvel? Yeah, but the point I'm saying is, did we get spoiled for everything to be connected? Yes, but that's what Sony was trying to do. They created this verse so that they can place a Spider-Man here. That's why we got...
I'm going to agree to disagree on that just because I don't think that they were looking to connect them. I think they were looking to just introduce... Because I'll put it to you this way. And I think... I think you would agree with me. We only ever see villains of Spider-Man in a Spider-Man film. So I think all they were trying to do is just shine the light on the villains. Hey, look at this guy. Let's give them their moment, their 15 minutes.
But why?
And then that's it. Just more to it. Like, yeah, Spider-Man's fucking awesome. He's the number one superhero in the world. I get that.
But what other villain or what other hero has their villains have their own movie? It doesn't happen. It doesn't exist.
Joker.
The most iconic is he? Is he?
He's not favorite? On the same level. Yeah, no.
Because I appreciate Thanos more than Joker, but I think Joker is a more iconic villain than Thanos is.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he can carry it. Just how my differences between me and you was saying, like, I don't think Gambit can run his own movie. It's without question the Joker can handle his own movie.
Okay.
Without question. No one. Yeah. Well, you have to be insanely ill to say that Joker can't hold his own movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You'd have to be in the mental institution with him to say that.
Right.
Yeah. But so my whole thing is like with the day and age of how many if this conversation was happening in 1991, I'd have been like, nah, Kraven can't do no movie. But we've had so many superhero movies. Why not just focus on the way I would equate it to is like, well, like why not just focus on the superheroes? Hey, let's add some of these movies into it just to broaden our palette. But the way I see it is like what Disney Plus is doing, where they're showing the little small stories here and there. I think Sony tried doing it. They just don't have a Sony Plus to do it in. Let's say Sony had Sony Plus, Kraven would have been definitely on that and not released in theaters.
Absolutely.
I guarantee that.
Kraven could work as a Penguin show, episodically.
Hands down.
It would have worked.
Hands down. Absolutely.
Madam Web could have fucking worked that way.
Absolutely. But like I said, Sony doesn't have that outlet. They only have big blockbusters that they put out. So did it work? Absolutely not. Sony realized that. Hey, let's maybe give it back to Marvel.
When you realize that it didn't work for Morbius.
Yeah, but dude, I think
whether you
one
liked
time
the movie or not.
What's the saying? Once is a fluke, twice is maybe a coincidence, three times is a pattern. Maybe that's what Sony was just like. Hey, let's try it with this Morbius. Oh, didn't work. Okay, let's try it with Madam Web. Doesn't work.
And Venom 2 didn't work.
Venom 2 didn't work, but Venom 1 did.
Right.
Sequels are notorious for fucking the whole shit up sometimes.
Yeah.
So it didn't work with 2. All right, fuck. Let's try one more time with Venom 3. Killed it. Rarely happens. They knocked it out of the park with that.
Yeah. I would have been okay if they had, because we knew that this is like a timeline adjacent. It's not 616. And we even seen when Venom gets pulled into 616 and pulled back. I would have been okay if they made, because the reason why Venom worked is because the Venom suit is an iconic suit. It was revealed in Secret Wars, first with Peter Parker, before it was ever Eddie Brock's. So it belonged to Spider-Man first. Yeah. He made it popular first. Then it grew to what it became.
And correct me if I'm wrong, he makes the black suit after the symbiote leaves him, right? Or is that before? Because I know it's in the 70s that the black suit, the Spider-Man black suit.
I don't know if it's symbiotic in Secret Wars.
No, it's not symbiotic. What I'm saying is his black suit that he makes, is it after he's experienced the symbiote?
Yeah.
It is, right? So he makes that black suit as like for him. Okay. But before we diverge a little bit, I did want to say some of the points that, like you said to me, you asked when I walked out the theater and I was like, dude, you're not gonna like what my thoughts on it. You're like, give me 5 reasons why you liked it. Number one is it's obvious, like you said.
Why? So they don't count.
No, I know you're right, but there's still reasons why I like the film.
So you're gonna give me 7?
I'm gonna give you 7, right?
Okay.
So Aaron Taylor Johnson's Johnson, right?
Johnson. Yeah.
His performance, ATJ. His performance, he killed it.
You can tell he cared about the property.
Yeah, and that's what I like. He killed it. Russell Crowe, he killed it. I would go so far as to say the brother, Chameleon. He did a good job. He didn't fucking nail it, but he killed it. I not killed it. He did a good job.
I don't disagree.
I enjoyed the actress that played Calypso, and I like the attitude they gave her. The line where he's counting, where the foreigner's counting 1, 2, and then she's arrows him through the eyes. She goes 3, motherfucker. Like that gave me goosebumps. I like that shit.
Cheesy as fuck for me.
3, motherfucker, is cheesy to you?
It's like.
That's a mic drop moment, dude. Not if she would have been like, "You didn't see that coming." That's cheesy as fuck.
See, but I would have laughed at that.
You would have laughed.
I would have laughed at that.
You would have only laughed because that's ATJ's line.
Right.
Which Sony, you should have hired your boy because I got gold over here.
That would have been fucking funny.
Yeah,
I would have died laughing because unless you understood what that reference was,
it's just another line to you. Yeah, it's cheesy, but. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
so
I would have been Cap on the helicarrier. I understood that reference.
You would have said that in the theater. I understood that reference.
Or the fucking Leonardo camera.
Yeah. Yeah. those are the 2 points. Aaron and Russell Crowe killing it is the points aside from what my 5.
Okay, but you
my
said
first point
Chameleon
is Calypso. Chameleon did great, and the Foreigner I thought was a great character.
Interesting.
I like this fucking character. I was gonna tell you, and I'm glad I remembered it.
He should have been the fucking villain.
Dude, take fucking Rhino, put him in the trash, make Foreigner fucking,
and then put him in the recycling bin, and then empty the recycling
bin, and then empty that shit. No memory override over here. Yeah, dude, Foreigner. The fight scene with Foreigner was dope as fuck. Yeah. Like, that was way better than the Rhino scene. I'm like, dude,
absolutely.
I'm like, bro, how do you not have Foreigner? He's a way better foe to Kraven than Rhino.
Yeah,
I thought he killed it. I loved that character. So those are
killed it.
No, I thought he did well as the Foreigner.
Yeah.
So sorry, I keep saying killed it because I'm off of ATJ and stuff, but I thought he did well. I thought he played that character well.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, I think it's an original character.
I've never heard of the Foreigner. That's why when it happened, I'm like, who's this guy? But cool power set.
Yeah, I was like fucking Conor McGregor. Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah,
who is? This?
Yeah.
What's going on?
But so those are 2 points right there. I thought the actors did well as that. I enjoyed his origin story, whether it be comic accurate or not. I enjoyed the little sequence back to the film that we got, him kind of showing the brother relationship, and then the way he gets his powers. I liked the visuals of how we see it, him go into like that terror realm and get that. What was another point I said? Action sequences were really cool. That we get that breakout, the jail breakout right off the jump. That was dope. The chase scene where he's going after to rescue Chameleon, his brother, when he's trying to rescue him, he was on it. He was after their ass. I thought that was cool. What was another point I made? Action sequences. Oh, I texted you on, didn't I? Let me look, because I know that there's more that I had said to you. So how many did I just give you right now? I gave you what, like 3 of them, 4?
Was it Chameleon?
I liked,
and you said the Foreigner.
Yeah,
Foreigner. And then you said the action scene right off the bat.
Oh, I did it in the group chat. That's why I can't find it. Did you? So you asked us our 4 or our 5 reasons, and then I had told my wife to put. She's action, and then she's put. His body. That was my joke. That wasn't hers. She was legit writing her things.
Oh yeah, so you put action sequence. Story
you found it?
Something to be desired, but made sense.
Yeah.
What story? Like
no, so
side characters were decent.
So the story, to what you said, I agreed. The story was predictable. It was kind of borderline cliche. He had a bad dad, so he wanted to try to be as opposite of his dad, but in doing so, wind up turning into his dad. That's his tales all the time. Like we battle that daily, being regular humans. Yeah, the origin story sequence, and then I really liked the way that they displayed his power set. So when
he also never been able to like talk to animals like that. That's a new power set. That's not a thing.
I don't see. I disagree with that. I don't think he was talking to animals. I saw it more the way where like two animals come up together, and then they feel their essence towards each other. So, kind of like the way where like 2 wild animals come up to each other and they know they're not hostile towards each other, and then they're gone. Because he never was like. Yeah, like cat instincts. Like some cats will come up to each other and just be like, and then that's it. And then some will come up and like if I'm gonna fuck you up like that.
Yeah.
But so that's what I saw that as. I didn't see it as like Aquaman, where he's like, go attack those guys for me, and I'll go.
But I would rather have seen like.
So let me.
If they're gonna portray it, they should have did it how Wolverine, how the other animals sense his animalistic like nature, and were terrified of Wolverine. I would prefer that than this weird it's a combination of Wolverine and Aquaman where he can fucking talk to them. It's like it wasn't.
I think you misread that, honestly. I think you did, because I think the perfect example when that wildebeest, bison, whatever the fuck that animal.
I'm pretty sure it was a bison. Did you ever find it out?
I think it's a wildebeest. Now that I'm saying it. Okay.
Was it buffalo?
So when that animal comes up to him, he looks and then they lock eyes and his eyes light up. I think that's his way of telling the animal, I'm not your enemy. Not saying it to them, but like kind of like where you say the animal senses Wolverine's animal instincts and says that you're a predator. I think that's his way of saying I'm not a predator. And then that's it. Because he didn't talk to him and be like, oh, thank you for not trampling me, Mr. Bison. He goes, you're welcome. And then they leave. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't that.
But that's what I seen. That's what it looked like.
See,
I would rather
I think you misread that, bro,
the thing
honestly.
Just run around with its tail between his legs.
No, because that would... If
the guy could defy gravity and rip a fucking fence out, he should be able to fucking scare the shit and show he's the alpha fucking male.
But that's the thing, though. He's called Kraven the Hunter, but he does not hunt animals. He's their protector. So him running with his tail between his legs would be if Kraven hunts animals and that's his thing.
So he's what, fucking Mowgli from the Jungle Book, basically?
Pretty much. Like if they were to tell me Mowgli
is even worse.
If they were to tell me Mowgli was like the inspiration, I'd be like, yeah, it makes sense. But so I thought the way that they displayed it was cool with that Hawkeye shit where like he kind of like squints to get a Hawkeye's view of like really far away. I thought that was pretty cool. That
was interesting.
I liked his eyes, dude. You have to agree with me on this. That scene where he's breaking in and he's using his animal traits, where he's in the shadows and all you see is his eyes. You gotta admit that was a cool
that was
shot.
In the trailer. Then I already saw that. I was like, that's fucking cool.
Right.
I already knew it was cool.
So you agree that shot at least is cool. Yeah. That was dope. Bro, when he's going in and he's walking behind the guys panther-like and they don't fucking see him, did you not like that?
I would rather him had just fucking knocked them out.
But you don't think that was more like that was cool to show his stealth panther-like shit? Honestly, I could see T'Challa doing some shit like that. You can't?
No, T'Challa would have scaled from the roof and made his way down.
No, but to be stealthy and like go in,
or
you wouldn't see.
Nanotech would have made him go invisible. Like his tech.
Oh, that's kind of dumb though. But
way superior,
right? But you're talking about tech though. I'm talking about you can't see Panther trying to be stealthy, not go in and knock him out.
You also can hear his boots walking too. I can hear a third like. You could not hear Hunter's boots, dude. There's no way. Hunter? You mean Kraven?
I'm sorry. What did his enemies know him as?
Kraven the Hunter?
No, nobody knew him as Kraven. That was his whole thing. Was who? How did you know that name? They only knew him as the Hunter.
Was it?
Yeah,
maybe.
No one knew him as.
Right,
that's why he has
Kraven.
He's the Hunter, my guy. But
if the movie's called Kraven the Hunter.
Hunter.
Not.
He called him the Hunter.
He called himself Kraven, and nobody knew that name, but he went by that. That was his moniker. But
no, I mean, was it cool?
That was stealthy as shit, and that was what I liked about that is that because that was his when he's going in that compound and taking those guys out. You could see the animal traits that he's using, and I love that they did that. I like that they didn't just show he's strong like a lion and that's it. Like they gave him more attributes that like it's cool to see that, and it's cool to it showed us like why he is the world's top hunter and the top predator, and he's unmatched. I thought that was a cool way to dive into this character a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I didn't dislike
it didn't do it for
scene.
you, but I get it. Just how just how for me, the CGI not being 1,000% great, it didn't bother me. It was just like, okay,
But Sony
it
has
could
so
look.
much money.
It don't matter. That's the thing, though. It's not always about money. A lot of times, you can have big money and go with an FX team that isn't the top notch best.
Then why?
Because maybe you don't want to put all your money into the CGI of it. You know what I mean? Maybe you. Yeah, is that a mistake? Possibly, but maybe that's just which is why Sony films aren't doing great, dude. They don't know where to delegate right. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like
again, I'll go back to the point that Venom didn't look bad like that. You know,
again, different VFX company,
and even Morbius, I didn't really have too many negative takeaways from the VFX. It really wasn't horribly. He looked a little weird when he blurred through, but I think they were able to get away with it because he blurred through. You know what I mean?
To be fair, there wasn't. I wouldn't say there was as much VFX in that film than there was in Kraven.
He was turned into a vampire. There was prostheticness to it, but like when the teeth grew.
Yeah, but that's not crazy VFX that you need. Like
it's still VFX on the
it is correct, but it's not high grade VFX that you need to do that to portray that.
He flew through the city.
That
and then the bats flying around, and those weren't real bats. There was no bats.
You don't know that. No, I'm just kidding. But
bruh.
There was a real bat in an episode of The Office, so bats can be filmed doing stuff.
Yes, not thousands of them flying around.
Correct. Yeah, there's no way to. All right, bat 38. I need you to fly further in. You're a little off screen. Bat 47. Please don't just flail. Please don't flail.
Go pee over there. Yeah. Stop pissing on the set.
We will break for blood in 20 minutes. I just need your best shot right now. No. But no. So like, but I don't know, dude. Like, yeah, I feel like, and I've had this issue with fans ever since VFX kind of like became the driving force of films. Do you know how privileged we are to be able to see this shit on screen? If something isn't 1,000% great, just brush it off. You wouldn't be able to see that. You're harping so bad on something that
because it makes
humans shouldn't have been able to see. Period. We figured it out.
The entire movie of Sonic the Hedgehog. Well, let's go back. Let's step it back. The entire movie of Mufasa was VFX. Mm-hmm. There was not a single thing of fucking.
Okay, that's my point. The entire thing is VFX, so you can throw all your money into that shit. You're gonna get top notch shit.
But they had good actors voicing these people, and they weren't cheap.
That's here. First, in a VFX movie, in Sonic, and in any animated film where that is the number one force, all your money's going there. Name an A-lister they have in Mufasa. Did these actors do a great job? Yeah. Name an A-lister.
I can't think. I don't know how to say his name. It's the guy that voiced Mufasa.
He's not an A-lister.
He's fucking gonna be Green Lantern now.
Going to be.
Yeah, but he's still a really good actor.
But he's not an A-lister. He may be a good actor, but he ain't there yet.
So Sony, so Paramount with what's his fucking called what's Sonic, right? Keanu Reeves, right?
Third film. It's the third film. You got Idris Elba in the second, and it worked. You
and Jim Carrey all three.
And Jim Carrey all three, exactly. You can put money into those actors. To be fair, the entire film is in VFX on that. A large portion is, but not the entire film. It's set in live action setting. So the entire Sonic is your main character. Cool, yeah, but like
this movie,
even them,
the entire third act was they're in space.
Oh, sweet. Way to fucking ruin it. No, I'm just kidding. But I kind of saw that in the trailer. Yeah. No, I'm joking. Yeah, there's certain times, like I said, where, and that's where I feel like Sony doesn't have it right, is that they don't know where to put their money.
Right. So then stop.
In a superhero. They are. You don't have to worry. They stopped with Kraven. They got the message.
After the horrendous bullshit of fucking because Morbius wasn't a bad visually looking movie. Just the story was.
You keep bringing them. Do you only keep bringing up Morbius because it's in this villain verse?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Because if you're gonna say that it was a bad, I'm like, that wasn't a bad film, dude.
I didn't like
it. It didn't do well, but it wasn't a bad.
I didn't like the film.
You didn't? Okay.
I did not, and you know I don't.
It wasn't a bad film. I thought that you didn't. It was like a 3-stoner for you because you didn't like it.
We never covered it.
No, I know. What I'm saying is, I thought that's where you sat on it. I thought you didn't dislike. You didn't like. I thought you was like.
No, I didn't like it. I didn't like the story. The story didn't like.
Oh, the story.
It had no point. Like.
So if you could rate Morbius, you give it 2 stones.
2.5 because the visual effects wasn't bad.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
that's fair.
And I like Jared Leto. Like, I have reasons. I try to find. See, I shouldn't have to try to find reasons to like.
Understandable.
You get what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. But you do it. You don't realize it. But when there's a good film, you look for reasons not to like it. You do it subconsciously. You don't effort. How do I say it? You don't put effort into. Oh, that's something I should not like, or you don't put effort into looking for bad things about it. You'll notice it, but subconscious you do.
I went in with a negative mind on Mufasa because the way I interpreted the trailer was that Mufasa.
You thought it was going to ruin your childhood.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I cry every time Mufasa dies and Simba calls for his dad. Every fucking single time.
I challenge anyone.
I will say Mufasa was not that emotional of a movie for how deep that one scene hits. But I think it was a better movie than the first Lion King. But most people will not admit that.
Yeah.
I really appreciated this movie.
A big part of Disney's, we'll say, recipe is loss.
Oh yeah. That's fucking everybody.
Yeah. Disney did that on purpose. Like he said that he likes to see someone come from loss and for you to follow them in the story with them and see their growth from it. And there was a theory that the reason all the parents die in the films is because he lost his parents. He bought them a home and their furnace was bad and they died of CO2 poisoning. That's the conspiracy theory as far as I'm concerned. But anyway,
it checks out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Why do we care for Spider-Man so much?
The loss of AMA the loss of Uncle Ben and
Uncle Ben,
now AMA.
Yeah, and the loss of Gwen. Like, he lost so much, and he doesn't have to be this hero, but he chooses to be. Yeah. Anyone with power, it's so easy to be a villain. It's really easy. It's not hard to be a villain.
That's why a lot of PhDs are like, well, the smarter play is, I can make money off of this. Let me take over this Kingpin. Let me take over this city and make money. Fair point.
Perfect point. All of fucking Batman's villains are highly fucking intelligent. All are doctors or PhDs or psychiatrists. Like, they just...
I mean, Marvel too. Dr. Doom, like, he's got a doctorate, and like Thanos. I would imagine if he took the time to go to school, he would have got a doctorate. But he's like,
I'm sure.
Let me eliminate half this class first. There's not enough textbooks to go around. Let me eliminate half this class. All right. So, I mean, like I said, I don't agree with you that this film was as bad as you think it is. I just couldn't see it. I actively looked for it. There were many points in the film where I looked to Christina and I'm like, where's Geeka seeing this? I don't see it. And maybe... I don't know. Maybe there's certain triggers in a movie that you can't get past, and I can. Maybe that's our disconnect on this film.
Because I think, like, as much as I didn't really care for the storyline of She-Hulk, I think it was a better digitally and CGI property than this was.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Okay. And that was my biggest issues with that. And also the Titania chick, she never really panned out to be a real villain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they poked fun at that in the show. They're like, this chick again? Like, Gigi even says it. She's like, this freaking
does
this chick ever use the door? Like why is she here? Mm-hmm. She was more of a joke villain to be somebody to be played with.
Why though? I think she should have been a villain that
like an actual villain.
Yeah,
I think. You're missing the point. This is a comedy. It was a comedy, dude.
Like, I get it. I get that. Yeah, it was made for people that you know, not for everybody. Whatever.
Yeah.
The whole spiel that Kevin threw out to save his ass, and you fucking
and then I'm like,
You're like, yes, it makes sense.
Yeah, no, 100%. But like, listen, you don't like it. I can appreciate that. I'm disappointed that you didn't like it, and you're disappointed that I liked it. So it is what it is. Which, like I said, I like the fact that you didn't like this, because for me and you to like every single thing, it would get boring. And I think like fans would be like, these guys
dislike the same things.
Sometimes we do, but you could say that about things we like. So a lot of times we like the same things. Like it works out that
I'm
way.
saying, like, but usually our dislikes are like. We have differences. Like, I wouldn't say I disliked.
We like different
She-Hulk.
things. We dislike different things about it, is what you're saying.
Right.
Okay.
And like, there's like She-Hulk wasn't. I didn't dislike it, but I just like. Ugh.
You felt like it could have been better. You said
exactly.
Yeah.
Secret Invasion. We're all like, ugh.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Let me wash my hands.
Left
while I
the
watch
bad
this
taste in our
nastiness,
mouths for sure on that
one.
But listen. Like I said, you have your dislikes. I have my likes. It is what it is. Everything is not going to hit for both of us each time. Yeah. It is what it is. But like the audience score proves, not everybody feels the same way. But I mean, the Rotten Tomato score apparently proves that you have validation. So we're gonna get to our stone ratings here, and I mean, it's no surprise what yours is gonna be.
I forgot what I told you what mine was.
It probably like a -6. I don't know. like where you put the wrong ones there. I don't know. Yeah. The stone shattered maybe is what yours. Mine is. I'm actually gonna give it a 6. No, I'm just kidding. No.
I would have fucking walked out.
You would have got up, and then this would have been the end of the line.
My heart
skipped the beat out of that. No. Realistically, I'm gonna give it a light 4 stones. I will give it 4. Yeah.
4.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought that this film, like I said, I don't see the film that I didn't see the film you saw. 100%. Action was good. Character portrayals were good. The superhero aspect of it was good. The only thing that I say was lacking was, like I said, it was barely a 4. It was the story. The story was too cliche, and I saw everything coming. But I don't see anything wrong with the film enough to give it less than 4. I thought it was a good film. I thought it was a good movie.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna predict you give it a 1. But what's your stone rating?
Yeah, I'll just stick to a 1.
You're gonna give it a 1 stone. So you thought this was worse than Madam Web? Because Madam Web you gave 2.
I feel like Madam Web.
I said that the CGI and the ADR were horrendous compared to this. Yeah, were so bad. Like the mouth and the words didn't even match up on Madam Web.
I don't know. Like which one was like. I rewatched Madam Web.
I have, and that's where my views changed on it. When I rewatched it, I was like, yeah, my first stone ratings were bad.
I agree with
because I think I gave it a 4, but I think dude, I'm gonna change your name to Nerd with the Yawns. You are no longer Nerd with the Knowledge. Next intro, you would be Nerd with the Yawns.
I don't know where they come from. It's ridiculous.
Because you're like engaged in the conversation, right? You like what?
Aaron Taylor Johnson is a fucking Gemini.
Well.
Nice. Another one.
Does that add a stone at least to your?
No.
Yeah. Oh, he's a Gemini,
and his wife is a Gemini.
That's interesting. But okay, so but yeah, I don't know. I think I think you might have to revisit this or see it one more time to be like. I think 1 stone is a bit harsh for Kraven. If you were to say 1 stone,
I'll give it a 2 because Russell Crowe and Aaron Taylor Johnson didn't do bad.
Thank you. Okay, because that's what I'm like. You actually said that the performances in this were good, so I don't see
their performances.
Yeah, that's what I said. That their performances were good. That's why I don't see a justification to just one of those stones. Because one of those stones, you can't like anything in this film.
Right.
You actually said that their performances in it were solid.
That's the only thing
I would say that's that 1 stone. That's that extra stone. Boom.
Yeah.
Is so you would say final answer 2 stones?
Yeah, I'll stick to 2.
Okay. I feel like 1 stone's a bit harsh, dude. Flash, you didn't even give 1 stone, and you thought that was shit.
What did I give Flash?
You gave 2.
2?
Yeah, you haven't given a 1 stone yet, dude. which this was close, man. But for you, this was probably the closest to One Stone you've ever seen.
This was bad, dude.
This might. You might disagree hard with this, but I think Quantumania was worse than this one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought Quantumania was way worse. Quantumania Astoria,
such a way better actor than everybody in this.
He was. Paul Rudd was the only saving grace in that film. Him being Ant-Man was the only good part. Oh no, I'll lie. Michelle Pfeiffer did pretty excellent in this film.
Yeah. I think Kang did great.
Who?
I think
Kang?
Yeah, Jonathan Majors did great, except for when he fucking died by ants. That was the shitty part. That he was able that he got defeated by ants. That's I'm like, why, bro? He's King the fucking Conqueror.
But he's not. Those weren't ants though. Those were like 1,000-year-old ants. Those had beefed up. See, that's my point, dude. Quantumania was shit. It was bad, dude. I honestly, I would watch Kraven again more than I would watch Quantumania. Kang in it was cool, but it didn't hit, dude. It was
Cassie did a good job.
Okay, she did okay in it.
Your girl fucking that plays Wasp.
How's she my girl?
You said you always thought she was cute. No? Oh.
No.
I remember you saying that.
I thought no, she's not. She's a pretty girl, but she's not mine. Kate Bishop, I'll punch a motherfucker for Kate Bishop. You know what I'm saying? I'd take an arrow for that woman, but like not. Or I got to stop calling her Kate Bishop. Haley Steinfeld. I know her real name. Yes. Haley Steinfeld. I'd slap a hoe. Like no, but yeah, no. I honestly wholeheartedly agree that or feel that Quantumania was worse than this film. It's under this film. Secret Invasion is under this. Yes. Madam Web is under this. Morbius, I would say, is under this, but it's not bad under. It's just it wasn't as good. I
can't believe you put
Quantumania
that low.
Yeah,
I don't remember what I rated it, but I don't think
I didn't like it. I didn't. Well, I was able to sit. I can sit through it. I don't think that it's like this movie's stupid but it just didn't do well. Nothing played well. It being the entire film being in the quantum realm didn't work for me. It was too Star Warsy.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I don't. Yeah. I'll tell you what. I after the movie was over, I enjoyed this one. I enjoyed my movie experience more in Kraven than I did Quantumania. Quantumania, I left it. I was just like, It was a letdown. We might do that. Actually, we might. Let us know if you guys will like this episode. But we're thinking about doing a movies that didn't meet our expectations or like where it's a huge letdown.
Yeah, next
this
year
will probably be
for sure
fucking top of his list. But this will probably be all the movies on his list.
Oh, I forgot he was in Kingsman too. I'm looking at Aaron Taylor Johnson. Like, when is he going to be able to like redeem himself?
Hold on. Aaron Taylor was in Kingsman? No, he was not.
Yeah. The Kingsman. He's Archie Reed.
Oh, sorry. The Kingsman. The prequel.
Sure.
Sorry. I keep forgetting that. Yeah, he was the bad guy, right?
Yeah.
The main. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, he's in Bullet Train. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Every time you say Kingsman, I associate it with the first two. The really good ones. Kingsman, it was good, but
so
I enjoy the other ones.
I'm excited to see him in Nosferatu.
Nosferatu.
And I don't know if you've seen the trailer for 28 Days Later.
Yeah.
Or 28 years, sorry, later.
28 years.
Bro, that looks dope.
Yeah.
That looks cool.
I'd be down to cover that. I hope you don't want to cover Nosferatu.
No, I'll just watch it.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Because I'd be like, in that film. It's
all right, if we're not going to cover that, we got to
mine.
cover Wicked then.
I will cover Wicked before I cover Nosferatu. That's fine. My daughter is in love with that film. She's constantly singing the songs. And she's gotten pretty close to Alphaba. I don't know the actress's real
Cynthia,
name. It's something like African or French or something like that. It's a hard name to pronounce. You know her little like belt at the end? Her famous like big notes that she hits?
Cynthia Erivo?
Erivo, that's the thing that's like, you know, the big note she hits at the end when she's on the broom. she's getting close to like nailing that. She's singing it pretty well.
Dude,
I'll be down to cover Wicked before.
Just out of curiosity, what stones would you give Wicked?
I'll give it 3. Wow. Yeah, didn't do it for me. I'll tell you why. And I might be a little harsh saying 3. Realistically, it's probably a 5 stone, and I imagine it is for many people.
Yeah.
But for my liking, it was cool. The musical numbers were all right. I enjoyed Wizard of Oz's musical numbers more than I did Wicked's. And I did enjoy Alphaba or Sylvia.
So hear me out. Have you watched Wizard of Oz on Broadway?
No, Wicked on Broadway?
No,
on
Wizard
Broadway?
of Oz.
No.
So you've never seen the play version of Wizard of Oz?
So I've never been to a play. Yeah.
So you like Wizard of Oz, the movie?
The movie, yeah.
Okay.
I enjoyed that. But this one...
So then that's not the same.
No, it's not. It's not. This was 100% not... I didn't connect it to Wizard of Oz. Like, I didn't be like, oh, this is a prequel. It's not. It's like a new telling of the Wizard of Oz. It may be like...
But it
in
is
the lore a prequel, right? But to me, it's not like... It's not episode 1 for Star Wars. You know what I mean? Or like episode 2. It's not that kind of prequel to me. It's a cool like background.
Because one is cinematic art and the other one is theater art. It's they tell stories differently. It's not the same.
That's my point. Is this one told a story differently than Wizard of Oz.
So I guess you'll never appreciate these movies the way unless you understand or see Broadway musicals.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I'll never appreciate these Wicked for what it is because I'm not into what it is. That's not me. I saw it because it looked interesting. I'm gonna be honest with you. I saw it because of Ariana. If somebody else was playing it, I probably wouldn't. But not because I think she's gorgeous. Not because I felt like she was perfect for that role. That's why I saw it. I was like, oh, yeah. She's gonna play Glendola perfect, dude. I was like, oh yeah, she's gonna be great. But yeah, it was cool. It gave us a cool background, and I like what it did for the Wicked Witch, Alphaba. Mm-hmm. I like what it did for her. And that's the only part of the film I really was like, oh, this is cool. You know, Glendola, nothing special there. Oz, we already knew who he kind of was. The character of I'll just call her principal of the school. What's her name's the Asian actress? I forget her name. She's amazing, but I always forget her name. That character didn't do anything to me. I was like, what is she here to do?
She was an antagonist.
Yeah, she was, right. But she was like kind of the one behind Oz.
Madam Horrible. Yeah. Michelle Yu.
I always forget that. I don't know why. It's such an easy name to remember. But yeah, and like I said, that's why I revised what I said is that the film on its own is probably a 5-stoner, honestly. I would imagine that's what you would give it.
I would.
And you would probably give it 6. 5? Okay. My daughter gives it 12 stones. Goddamn, she loves that shit.
I surprisingly liked it. Not liking musicals. I like that.
Yeah. So she, like I said, I can appreciate the film for what it is. I'm like,
but a 3 is harsh.
But see, that's 3. I think we have a different view on our rating system. I give it my view on it. You give it to what you think the film is.
Yeah.
No, that's not how I regard these stones. I give it my opinion on the film. You give it to like what you think the film is as an entirety.
Own.
Yeah, as an entirety.
As its entirety.
I think that's why you're a little stricter on it. At face value.
You give it to yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, 100%. And that's perfectly fine. If that's how you want to use our rating system, that's your right to do that.
Because that's how it's there's emotion and there's opinion in it, but there's logic to my rating.
100%.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So
and that's why I can back your stone ratings. That's why I understand them. I'm like, oh, there's logic behind his. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of times, my stone ratings don't have logic in it. It's just, dude. Like, I just enjoy it. I like it. I like what I like, and that's what it is. That's what my Stone ratings are. I'm not gonna change it because it doesn't make sense. That's just how I just. It's what makes me. It's what tickles my fancy. You know what I mean? It's like it's what I like. It tickles my fancy.
It tickles something.
It tickles my Peter tingle. But yeah, all right. So that is our unfortunate review of Kraven the Hunter. I mean, you listen, and Wicked a little bit.
Okay,
we might have a little side episode again, a mini review episode on Wicked.
No, I mean I'd like to cover it more.
Yeah, we will for sure. We'll do that for you. You know, obliged me with Gambit. I'm 100% down to do Wicked for you. Like I don't, you know what I mean?
Well, the Gambit What If was pretty cool. It was a fun.
It turned out to be fun, but you only did that for me to please my Gambit obsession, 100%.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
which again, I don't dislike Gambit.
No, that's not what I take, and I don't think that's what anybody else feels.
I love Gambit as a character. I don't
think anybody thinks that.
Yeah.
You made it clear that it was solely the project. Is what was your view, but that was our stance and our thoughts on Kraven the Hunter. We want to know what you guys think, so let us know in those comments. I want to see you guys' your Stone ratings in the comments. I don't know if you can put the emojis in there. Give me the circle colors. That'd be fine. Or you could just keep putting your number 6. 6 out of 6 or whatever. 5 out of 6. Yeah. You could do that. That's fine too.
Whoever put 6 out of 6 in the comments, I'm coming after you. Don't you fucking dare.
I doubt it. I don't know. They'd only do it to fucking piss you off. They wouldn't do it because they actually thought it was 6.
Yeah, I'll pull a fucking, what's the movie? Wedding Crashers. She's like, I'll find you.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll fucking.
You're gonna put that GIF right underneath there. He will literally crawl through the screen. You better fucking. He'll She-Hulk that.
Take it back. I'm gonna report that fucking comment. No.
That's a bot. But yeah, so let us know what you guys think of the film, whether you like it or if you're on. You know what? Make it simple. Who do you guys agree with, me or him? Fucking let's do it. Let's start a war in the comments. But yeah, so that's gonna do it for us today. Or unless you got any final bashing you want to do on Kraven the Hunter.
No. I mean, I want.
It was bad.
I want Aaron Taylor Johnson to have a better movie coming out, and Nosferatu looks like it should be better.
Uh-huh. Here's the thing: I don't think he needs a bounce back. Maybe in your eyes.
No, I just want people to not associate. I want another good movie to come out because I know he's going to do more good movies.
He did Quicksilver. I don't think anybody's going to associate him with Kraven. Everybody's going to see him. All the nerds are going to see him as Quicksilver before they think of him as Kraven.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think he needs a bounce back.
I don't think he needs a bounce back either. I just mean like we just need something else with him in it so we can just forget this happened.
You just want him to be in a good film again. Yes. Is what you're saying.
Yes.
Fair. I disagree. I think this film was great. I think he did awesome. I think the film
did do awesome.
The film worked for me, but anyway.
For you, it's like the Star Wars, the one with the
Episode 1.
No,
Acolyte.
Acolyte.
Yeah.
This is Kraven.
No, like again, I said I liked Acolyte.
No, I know, but I mean like this is the actors were good.
Mm-hmm.
Just like people writing it are the ones that.
The story is what was fucked and stuff.
No, honestly, like. I can't measure that with Acolyte because the story would have worked if they didn't mess with the Anakin lore. Mm-hmm. I think I've said that plenty of times. It would have worked had they not messed with Anakin.
Yeah,
like
that was the main fuck up with that show.
And then
anyway. They actually had characters that shouldn't be alive back then. But anyway, let's not get into
he should have been alive. Like there's a couple things with the lore that they fucked up. I'm like, bro, I like Keanu Mundi. He's pretty cool as shit, bro. Yeah. You know, and like he's one of the only like there's no.
Yeah, I guess I don't
want to go down that rabbit hole.
We don't want to keep bringing up trauma with Acolyte.
Yes.
So
New year, we need to start the year fresh.
Are you guys back together?
I'm still thinking about it.
Not yet.
I'm still thinking about it. I really don't know.
I might have to have another site. I might have to like go on Filmatics podcast first and then maybe come back to you. I don't know. Yeah. No, I was kidding. So we might need to experiment with other podcasts.
I'm going to download the Tinder equivalent
to podcasters
and just start make a profile.
You're going to start just subscribing to other podcasts. Hey, you guys need a third host? Or like You're gonna hit up Eric Voss. Hey, I'm available now. No, it'd be like you'll be a new rock star. You're like, I'm a new rock star. I'm out. I'm like,
I don't think you'd be mad if I did that though.
No, I'd be like, dude, go, and then bring me on a few
Absolutely,
times.
I would have. Like you're gonna be here soon. I got you.
Yeah. You're like, I'll save a seat. I'm like, okay, I'll do this for now.
Like you want me, he comes.
Yeah, oh, that's sweet. But all right, so
but not right now because we're broken up.
But not right now because he's mad at me. Yeah, but not right now. He needs time out. So next projects coming up. We still have Skeleton Crew for the end of the year.
Next 2 episodes,
and then
What If? Have you seen the first 2 episodes that dropped?
Oh, that's right. It came out Tuesday. I will be watching that
Tuesday.
tonight or
Sunday.
Sunday. Sorry.
Yeah, yesterday.
It came out Sunday. I meant to say 2 days ago is what, and then Tuesday came out. Yeah,
they're pretty cool.
Came out 2 days ago.
They're pretty cool. The Agatha one is my favorite so far.
That's not surprising. I will be watching those tonight.
They're pretty cool.
And you know what, Kiki? I don't care if we're broken up, man. I'm still with you
Till the end of the line.
Thanks.
If you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to like and subscribe.
Also, hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all our new episodes and more.
Oh!